A child in the distance, playing in the rain, the sweet sound of water flowing away. A construction worker coming home from work, two parents and their children going to church. A happy little baby drools on your shirt. What an extraordinary day. Let us have a world of ordinary people, living life the way God wants us to. And if we have a world of ordinary people.
Africa is a continent flowing with milk and honey, a land full of resources and opportunities. Yet, the systems seem not to work over the years. Hence, there's a need for transformation. Transformation, according to Oxford Dictionary, is a change in the character or appearance of something, especially so that it looks better.
A child in the distance, playing in the rain, the sweet sound of water flowing.
In the quest for effective transformation and recent concerns in global society and the need for a running African system, transformation studies in Africa is designed.
In my journey through the world, over land and over sea, I see different cultures and different people's ways. I was born where the sun never sets and never rises. I was born where the heat is like a second skin.
Reverend Father Anselm Adodo, through Ofure Park's Integral Development Initiative, in collaboration with Transform Africa and University of Ibadan, developed the Transformation Studies in Africa for Nigeria. This study is designed to stimulate templates for conducting research in Africa and for Africa. My name is Temitope Adebi, one of the pioneer students of Transformation Studies in Africa, Institute of African Studies, University of Ibadan, Nigeria.
7 jumps, 7 wriggles, 7 Paris, 7 knots, 7 lives, that's what I've got. Over sea, over land, over mountains and in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong.
My name is Olutolashe Aguda, one of the pioneer students of Transformation Studies in Africa, University of Ibadan. Transformation Studies in Africa as a course embraces the use of integral research approach, that is the integral world research approach, which employs the use of the fourfold paths to innovation. The fourfold paths to innovation are expressed with the use of the 4 world poles, that is the south, the east, the north, and the west. The south is characterized by nature and community. The east is characterized by spirituality and consciousness. The north is characterized by science, system, and technology, while the east is characterized by economics and enterprise.
Transformation goes beyond individual development. Transformation studies focuses on individual the society, and the world at large. In transformation studies, the focus of a researcher is to awaken integral consciousness, collaborate with different individuals in order to develop the society.
Transformation studies, talking about the integral research aspect, has to do with a researcher grounding itself first in the community in which you want to carry out the research for a sustainable development. It has to do with a research in which it is all encompassing, holistic, where all the parts, all the four-word approach to research are employed in order to create an innovation for sustainable development. And the community in which the development is taking place are to be involved in such a research.
African nations are yet to upgrade and develop their knowledge bases. It is true we were once colonized, we were once exploited of our natural resources for selfish gains. We were once ruled over, but were we the only colonized race? By no means. It is time we embrace our problems and see them as challenges for growth. We can't continue to blame people for our own woes. And this is the basis for transformation studies in Africa.
And integral world research is based on the theory of four worlds, but it also has a fourfold research to innovation trajectory called the 4 C's. The 4 C's stands for the call, context, co-creation, and contribution. The first C, which is call, is based on an individual or a researcher's inner call and outer call. The second C is context, in which the individual examines the issues in the society, the imbalances and the excesses of the society, and selects a particular community in which he or she is able to work with them and find a solution to the gap or the excesses in the society. Then the third C is co-creation. It's a situation where people work together. A researcher cannot work alone.
The integral world research has its 4 parts to innovation, and these 4 parts has its own unique methods and methodology. For the southern relational part, we have descriptive, phenomenology, feminism, and participatory action research.
My name is Victor Aliyu Umaru. Integral research has shown me that the passion of the researcher is vital in accomplishing sustainable results.
As pioneer students of transformation studies in Africa, we are all working on our various projects to bring desired transformative effects at the emancipation stage in our different societies.
Land is green, it's green, can't you see? The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me. It's green for me.
I am working on a project, and the topic is a transformative approach to tourism in traditional bead-making areas of Oje community in Ibadan. I am going to be taking you on a ride to bead making, the history, the historical significance, and how in tourism it could bring about a growth in our economy. Nigeria is a land filled with milk and honey, like I earlier said, and it has a lot of potentials when it comes to tourism. Yet, these potentials are yet to be maximized. So during the course of this project, I'll be working with agencies, working with the state government, and of course the local people of Oje community. In the course of this project, I'll be showing you videos from beneficiaries of this project, because we'll be training local indigents of Oje community and of course the existing bead makers in that community on how new innovations can be made from Ileke. My colleagues and I will be sharing more about our different projects and how it's been able to effect a transformative change and desired result in our different societies.
Land is green, it's green, can't you see? harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me.
My research topic is an integral approach towards moral and academic reformation of students with deviant behavior in Basharun Ojo High School, a secondary school in Ibadan, Nigeria. I chose the topic based on my passion to touch lives, my passion to work with youths and to see their lives being transformed for good. So, for me, as a transformation studies in African students, I have been able to know that there's something good in every human. And for the students to be misbehaving at times, there is certainly something behind their behavior, which I found out to be either peer pressure, poverty, or family problems. So I took it upon myself based on my call. We call it call in transformation studies in Africa. Call is my passion. My passion is to change the lives of these students with deviant behavior. I will be co-creating with motivational speakers, skilled motivational speakers, skill acquisition trainers to enable them to be able to make money for themselves.
Land is green, it's green, can't you see? The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me. It's green for me.
In the course of this talk, I'll be showing you some of the students that have been transformed through my research work.
Land is green, it's green, can't you see? The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me. It's green for me.
My project topic is reawakening values for culture and arts among students of Ibadan College through conversion of waste products into artworks. And what brought about this topic is that most of African culture is backward looking and static. It lacks dynamism, it lacks creativity, innovation. And we look up to other people's culture and neglect our own culture. And with this, I will be empowering students of Ibadan College through conversion of waste products and into artworks. We're going to be producing innovators, inventors who will make use of their environment wisely. I'm co-creating with African Creative Hub, who are into waste into artworks, waste into wealth, and we impacted 6 communities.
As a transformation studies student, I have a topic I've chosen to research on, which is an integral approach to the preservation and marketing of tomato in Olukitibi village, Akinle local government area of Oyo State. My choice of topic has been influenced with my concern about agriculture, particularly perishable goods. The recent statistics shows that Nigeria is the highest producer of tomato in Africa. Unfortunately, we are still the highest importer of finished product of tomato in Africa. Why? Because of the preservative method that is not in existence in Nigeria. But let me say, because of the weak preservation method that is in existence, which cannot take care of tomato for a long period of time. Hence, my research is going to look into the aspects by which we can preserve tomato locally in Nigeria, in Africa, and in my selected community. I have some things I've done on this, which is already in existence, and I have what I'm still doing in order to make sure that we have a long-lasting preservative method for tomato.
The land is green, it's green, can't you see? The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me.
My project topic is an integral approach to indiscriminate dumping of refuse at Ojo community, Ibadan, Oyo State.
Alright, my project topic is empowering the students of Oduono Community School through indigenous knowledge to promote skill acquisition and innovation for sustainable development. The project is aimed at enlightening and also empowering the student about indigenous knowledge. When we talk about indigenous knowledge, we mean that the indigenous knowledge embedded in our cultural traditions. What are the things that we do as Africans, as Nigerians in particular? What are those things, the things that are significant to us? And the project is supposed to make the student know this thing, and not just to know it, but also to empower them through it. The project is also aimed at providing an alternative to economic empowerment and economic sustainability, aside just going to school and having a degree and getting a white collar job. Here they're supposed to use skills. They'll be able to promote these indigenous skills that will help them, not because most of those white collar jobs are obviously not available, but here they're able to use their innovative capabilities to sell whatever it is they have through indigenous knowledge.
My research topic is on the introduction of practical skills into our formal educational curriculum in Nigeria. But in doing that, we have to start from a community, and the community is a school that have been identified, a government school, in which I have employed some of the secondary school students in going for automobile trainees, employing, co-creating with the mechanics in the mechanic workshop, carrying them out to various places in order to acquire the skill, so that at the end of the day, having them acquire the skill at that level, at the secondary school level, they will be equipped with what they can use to actually make a living for themselves. So in other words, they don't just solely depend on their certificate, and this is the result of this research. In other words, we are creating a framework in which practical learning of skills can be infused into our educational curriculum in a formal way and merge the two together for a better output.
Integral research has shown me that the passion of the researcher is vital in accomplishing sustainable results. My passion has always been for leadership and seeing leadership exhibited in every sphere of life. One of the major problems in Africa has been leadership issues in every sphere. And it began to stir up in my heart that if we could get our young people to understand the place of leadership, to understand the place of culture, to understand our history, we're able to craft out a new leadership model that will help Africa. And that is why this topic is my passion, indigenizing leadership, attitude and knowledge, especially among prefects of senior secondary schools in Ife East of Osun State. And these are the young people I've been working with. And my intention is to be able to, by our discourse, by our cooperative inquiry, by the interviews that we'll have, by the trainings that we'll have, and especially by the boot camp that we'll have, we'll be able to craft out a leadership model that will help raise young people to carry a leadership philosophy that will change Africa. If they start early, it's likely to be more of a character. If they start early, it's likely to become a habit. And so in working with this community that we have activated, we believe that with these teachings, with the boot camp, with the personal trainings and interaction, with their being able to talk to their traditional leaders, they're being able to interact with one another and learn of their history, better leaders will come out of Africa. And this is what I intend to do with my work.
7 goats, 7 meat, 7 carrots, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy over sea, over land, over mountains in the ride. I'll be brave and I'll be strong.
Chinua Achebe once wrote, "If you don't like someone's story, then write your own."
Let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. And if we have a world...
I am a transformation agent.
I love creativity.
I changed my world.
I'm a catalyst for transformation.
I am innovative.
We are transformation agents, and this is our story.
Let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. And if we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things will happen to me and you.